Hi, this is Mike Strahan, Library Liaison to the School of Nursing. In this video, we will talk about how to search CINAHL, the nursing database, to locate articles. We're starting in the Nursing 421 course, but all the different nursing courses have the same links and the same preferences as far as the library is concerned. We're going to scroll on down and go to the library block. And we're going to click on the new library nursing guide with videos and APA style. So we're going to click on the link. It takes you to the new library guide. Move over to the tab labeled databases. And we're going to be searching CINAHL. So we're going to click on the link labeled CINAHL Plus with full text. It's real important you do not bookmark this link after you arrive at the CINAHL database. We click on the link for CINAHL Plus with full text. The first thing you'll be prompted for is to log in with your Northern user ID and password. And from here we can begin searching CINAHL. First, we're going to do a simple search. We're going to look at articles that talk about nursing care of diabetes type 2. I know that a lot of you want to do keyword searching. What I highly recommend, however, is whenever you come into CINAHL is to search the CINAHL headings, because this is a medical database medical and nursing database dealing with medical and nursing topics. You want to use the terminology that they use. So we're going to click on CINAHL headings. We're going to type in diabetes, hit enter, gives us the different types. We're looking for type 2. I know that you want to just click on the link and assume that'll run the search. It doesn't work that way in this database. Instead, click on the box in front of it. It then opens a list of subheadings. Now these subheadings vary according to the term that you're searching. So for example, if you were looking at a drug term, you really would not see some topics that deal with particular drugs. Okay. The advantage of doing this type of search is that the subheading that you search for is directly connected to the term that we have chosen, as opposed to just free-range keyword searching. So I want to look for nursing care articles dealing with type 2 diabetes. I scroll on down. If I'm not sure what a particular term does, I can click on the little scope note, the little box, and nursing tells me that the nursing subheading is used with diseases and certain physiological processes for nursing care and techniques. Beautiful. That's what we're looking for. We're going to close the window. We're going to click on the box in front of nursing. We're going to scroll on up and we're going to click on search the database. Now whenever you're using CINAHL, most of the time, unless you're dealing with direct patient education or something along those lines, I highly recommend that you do a number of things. You want to limit your search to peer-reviewed. That means that the articles have been reviewed by experts in the field before they've been published. We also want to limit it by year and a few other aspects. And to do that, we're going to scroll over to the limit to. We're going to click on show more. We're going to tell it to, over on the right hand side, we're going to click on peer reviewed. We also want to look at years. Now usually the last 5 years is the most you want to go back for the type of articles that you're doing. It really depends upon the instructor. If they tell you you can go back 7 years, or if there's no limit, then you don't have to fill in the publication date. We're going to look at the past 5, so we're going to start with 2013. Don't have to put an end date in. We also, I think, unless you can read and understand languages other than English, I highly recommend you also click on English language. So we're going to check that. At this point, we're not looking for research articles. If you wanted to also look at research articles, you could click that box. For this type of search, we're not interested in that. Click on search. And now we have 49 articles dealing with nursing care of patients with type 2 diabetes. As you scroll on through, you see different types of icons. The Get This For Me icon means that you want to check to see whether we have this article online or in print. The HTML means that we do have direct access to this article, but it's only in HTML, a web page format. It's not available as a PDF. The third option is PDF. The format that's provided to this database is according to what the publisher agrees to with the publisher of CINAHL. It has nothing to do with the library holdings per se. We don't have any choice in the matter. So for example, the first one that we have is talking about periodic carrying theory. Seems a little bit heavy for what we're looking for. I've got evidence-based practice in type 2 diabetes. Now that sounds pretty interesting. It was published in October 2017. What I highly advise you to do is always click on the title of the article to understand more about the article. It tells us in this case there's pictures, there's tables and charts. It gives us all the different subject headings that are being covered by this article and the particular aspects. It also will throw in geographic aspects if that's important too. It also will give us an abstract that's a summary written by the authors that talk about the article. In this case, we don't need to click on Get This For Me. We already have the HTML full text. To look at the article, click on the HTML full text. It'll display it within the screen. From here, you can do a number of things. You can even listen to the article. It'll read to you. Like I said, this isn't available in PDF. It's only available in HTML. So you can print from here. You can also email it to yourself, a number of different options. To go back to the list, click on Results List. The third article I had in here is talking about rural diabetes nurse educator programs. The PDF is already there. Same thing. I want to make sure that I understand this is everything I can about the article before I go look at this. One of the other things that goes along with this, they'll give you sometimes different instruments that were used in this research study, in this case, because it's a research article. And if you want to look at the PDF of the article, click on the PDF full text. It'll display the article within the screen. You can download it by either clicking on Download PDF or clicking on the download over here. I always encourage students to use the PDF version of the article if it's available versus the HTML version. I'm going to go back to the results list and we're going to take a look at another one that we have here. Not really so much interested in Jordan. I've got nursing appointment. One thing that's important is that if you see the PDF or HTML, click on that. Don't click on the Get This For Me. If we click on the Managing Adolescents article, one of the things you'll notice that it also provides, in this case this article was assigned a DOI, and I will have a separate video showing you how to work with DOIs as part of your reference for APA style. For this particular source, we don't have a PDF or an HTML. Doesn't mean we don't have the article. Click on Get This For Me. It'll open up a separate tab or window. Whenever you see this portion of a page over on the right hand side, that tells you that Northern Michigan University Library subscribes to this article and it will display it. In this case, we're getting an error message. I recommend clicking on Refresh. We have encountered problems sometimes with Science Direct where we do have access to the article. to the journal, but we may not have access to a particular article. So it says try a different source. I'm going to try the sociology database in this case. And voila, it has the PDF of the article. Everything is good. Now the last component of this is when you're looking, I'm going to go back to CINAHL, is referencing these articles. And what I will do is create a separate video just for that. We're going to just keep this simple, and if you have any questions, don't be afraid to contact me. Thank you.